I'm sorry not to have introduced you as the Minister of Justice. I couldn't find the right item in the budget because my thinking was getting fuzzy after I saw the $3.6 million we're getting to the Greenhead Fly Control Program and the $250,000 Hunter Safety Program we're still funding. But that's another matter. Our next speaker is Jean Wassell, who is a homemaker for elderly people in the city of Boston, and she'd like to speak about some of the cuts that have happened there already.
I choose not to go on the stairs because I am invisibly disabled, and if a person with a disability that put them in a wheelchair had been asked to speak, they would not be able to go on the stairs, which are a symbol of oppression for disabled people. Most of us, if we're lucky and grow old, are going to become disabled. They're going to be perhaps wheelchair users. People with AIDS are quite apt to need wheelchairs. And so I want everyone here to think about it when you get in office or have meetings about making it accessible. There are disabled activists who would really like to be able to get in and use their talents for your causes. I would like most of all to say that some wise person said that the quality of a society can be measured by the way they treat their elderly. Well, if that's true, we flunk. Just elderly and disabled people have been cut back until they literally are committing suicide. They are dying for want of services, while this clock in the statehouse, which is ugly, was so expensive that it would have done all kinds of services for people. Or the Speaker of the House, with his office renovation of hundreds of thousands of dollars, would have done a lot for elderly and disabled people. Home care programs have been cut to the bone. There are home care offices that have closed their intake for months and even a year now. And they have actually cut back on paying the lowest paid workers, homemakers, which I am not, by the way, that was wrong, who I think are doing a magnificent job and do not deserve to be cut for serving elderly and disabled people. Also, home health aides. I mean, the services have been cut to the bone so that families then still have to take care of their parents. And guess what has increased? Elder abuse, often by families driven desperate by the needs of their parents and their elder relatives. This is not acceptable. And in fact, we need to march for that. We're all going to be in that group someday if we're fortunate. I am already there. I am an older person, lucky enough to be healthy enough to still hold a job. And I want to tell you what my job is. My job is an obscenity. My job should not exist. I had a referral of a 79-year-old woman the other day who was homeless. What kind of a system allows that? Shame on the system. Shame! Shame!
Okay, we're just for the end of the Governor will be coming out soon, and the band from Broadway wants to play shortly. We'll do a couple of speakers. And invite us to today's stage after speaking over at the Power Center and entertainment, and we invite everyone to come down. We'll talk about it. Thank you. Absolutely, that would be great. I want to bring it to your attention that that list was incomplete. We have people marching with us that are veterans of the war. We have people marching with us that represent the and I would not want that to be ignored. Kevin. Thank you. I want to tell you about our march, but before I do, I want to remind you about the CRT, and I want to remind you about the high-tech small. I'm going to tell you that they march a lockstep. They march to the drums of classism, and they shun the open mind. Some of us remember when William Well, as a candidate, wanted to debate the issues, only to be scoffed at for the color of his shoes or the crimson of his tie. Yes, that Governor Well, we remember. I'm going to give you the last page of my diary on the march. It's brief, but I believe it's to the point. It's near over. The T is a block away from the training ground. We have cuts. Here's that the most of our marches have been so beaten by life in general that you'll fail to see the success this march has been. Will it cure everything? No. Was it futile? No. Essentially, we took 12 days of our lives and spoke to Massachusetts for those lives who are tattered and threatened. We walked to give a voice to the least amongst us. For we know the fear of rejection to a man and a woman on this march. We have bounced back from that rejection, and most of us are stronger for it. Essentially, we took about 12 days of our lives and gave them a Christmas present. For those 12 days of preparation and the effort to communicate to Governor-elect Well add up to a gift on our part. A gift to the person who is voiceless at a plush statehouse. In the hopes that a simple act will outweigh these complex deals. In the hopes that a humble act will outshine the vanity of those represented.